YouTube should show up now. It should be good. The YouTube should be good. Let's see. Home. And it still ain't showing up.
Nah, bro.
It said it is. It says, hold on. It says YouTube, TeamBoydTV. It's connected. It says there.
We got Kamala Harris on tonight. What? We got Twitter.
Yeah, but this thing says that it's that is up. I can't find the feed. So let's see. Channel. Yeah, we live. Or live. Okay, cool. So, all right. So we got Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, Facebook page. All right, we good. We good.
You said we on YouTube, bro?
Yeah, I just pulled it up on my phone.
Okay, let me check my phone because I sure ain't got it, man. I hear what you're saying.
So I think we gotta get a little bit more creative. I don't know about.
Yeah, it's definitely live. I see it.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it on my phone too. I don't know what's going on with the computer.
Okay, I'm getting ready to do go ahead and put the mute up. There we go. All righty. Let's see. Cue up the intro.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay. There we go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Live from TeamBoydTV Studios, it's the dopest live NFL show on the internet, providing the hottest takes, up-to-date news and moves, and the latest NFL reactions. It's TeamBoydTV Live, introducing the bad boys of NFL sports talk, the Raven Shogun, JB, the Sage of Sports, Glass, and your host, Big Q. It's about to get rough, and it's about to get raw. It's game time. Welcome to TeamBoydTV Live.
What's going on, everybody? What's happening? And welcome back to TeamBoydTV Live. I be your boy, Big Q. We're back. I know we missed the first 4 weeks of the season, but we back in the building. And as always, I'm joined by my homies, my boys. I got the Sage of Sports Glasses in the building. What's going on, Glass?
What up, JP? What up, Big Q? What up, fam? Everybody out there in social media, we appreciate you joining us back. I know we missed the first quarter, but it's all good. We got the rest of it, so let's go ahead and get this cracking.
Yeah. So we had a little bit of a minor setback, but we here and it's all good. And we are joined by the Ravens Shogun JB. What's happening, JB?
Hey, what's up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all the other various sites. Sorry we've been gone, but we back. Sorry, hey, for my Ravens faithful, man, sorry I ain't been tweeting, man. You know, I don't check passwords well. So I had to figure that joint out.
Actually,
I'm back on there.
I just came back to Twitter last week. So during the games last week, I was on Twitter for the first time this season. Obviously, you know, because I was sick or whatever, I couldn't do it. The beginning of the season, but it was good. Everybody who was there before, they still there. They still doing it. What up, Panther fam? I see that y'all was lively for the last 2 weeks. We're gonna talk about it. Broncos fanatic 97 is in the building. He said, "What up, Glass?"
Set up. What's up, man?
Yeah, man. So everybody, so listen. I had some fun on Twitter, and you know we're gonna talk about it, Glass. We got to talk about my favorite people. We got to talk about them Falcons. We got to talk about them. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about them. But before we get into that, we're gonna talk about some more serious stuff. So we got a couple other things we need to address first and foremost before we get into everything. We got a good show for you guys tonight, though. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. But first. Let's get into this because it's the hot button issue or whatever, and I guess we should go ahead and talk about it now. So apparently, everybody know what went down with Bill O'Brien and the Houston Texans over the weekend. Well, it's on Monday, right? This is what happened, right?
Right.
Because I was watching the game and I had tweeted. I actually put it on Twitter. I was like, listen, if that press conference, if the Houston Texans lose this game, this press conference is going to be must see. But I thought they was going to do it on Sunday. They waited 24 hours, and they did it on Monday. And so, but we got to the point. But what I wanted to bring up was the story that I was reading is that Bill O'Brien and J.J. Watt had some confrontations going on leading up to this, right? So I got a few tweets that I want y'all to look at right here from Aaron Wilson, NFL, who the reporter for it's like a beat reporter for the Houston Texans. Bill O'Brien got into an argument with defensive end J.J. Watt and defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver on the practice field with verbal altercations and other staff members during his final weeks as coach / general manager before being fired, according to league sources. Another guy, this dude here, John Granado, a source tells me that J.J. Watt and Bill O'Brien had a heated exchange on the practice field the week of the Steelers game in which J.J. called Bill O'Brien out for his coaching ability. It began to play a revolt that ended up getting Bill O'Brien fired. First, I'm going to go to JB because JB, me and you had a conversation a few days ago about this, and you had some poignant comments. Why don't you go ahead and let everybody know how you was feeling about it?
Well, first, when we was doing divisional breakdowns, y'all guys was trying to, of course, by right, they was defending division champs. But by the way the Hopkins and a whole bunch of other stuff went down, I knew that the team was having immunity. That there was some stuff that was a move made by O'Brien that you couldn't take back, no matter what was promised to other people and playing time and bonuses or money moved to another player, etc. You just can't recover your locker room doing something of that magnitude. And I said that they would squat on him and make sure that he was terminated. I had no idea it was going to happen this soon. I thought it was going to be a week or closer to mid-season, but on point. Like don't let the season get too far out of control with a guy that's pretty much incompetent.
So here's the thing. Me and Vernie got into this conversation about it the other day, and she was like, she don't understand how he got the GM capabilities and all this. So this is what I was saying. The dude won 4 divisional titles in his 6 years as head coach. What happens in the NFL is when you win, you get rewarded, right? Look at Marvin Lewis. Look at a bunch of other ones. When you win, you get rewarded. So as they kept winning these division titles and going to the playoffs annually, they look. Everybody thought they were Super Bowl contenders. I was one of them, right? Mm-hmm. But so that's why they crown him general manager. Like, hey, he's like, look, I've been winning, but we keep getting stopped at this point. Give me some more power to choose personnel and do things like that, and I promise you, I can get us over that hump. And what happened? They went from wild card round to the divisional round, and on their way this year they were supposed to make it to the AFC Championship game. That's where everybody thought they were going to be. But with all this other stuff, with the J.J. Watt stuff, which nobody knew about until this week, among the Hopkins stuff and the Clowney and all that stuff. Glass, what you think about all this?
number one, we always said that you shouldn't wear two caps. You shouldn't be a coach and a GM. The only person I've seen that successfully done that was Belichick.
Yeah.
Because he came from the Belichick tree, I guess Houston said, "Oh man, we're doing all this, and he looked like he's on his way. Let's go ahead and give him the tag." What was it, in January?
Yeah.
And as you could tell, when you gave him the tag in January, he got rid. Well, before that, he got rid of Jadeveon Clowney, right? The year before.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're gonna get rid of one of the top wide receivers in the league, and you coming up and you starting 0-4. They ain't a good look, man. Then, like you said, did you go on after the gem of the team and JJ Watt? Man, come on, man. You knew it had to come to a head. Like I said, like I agree with JB. I didn't think it was gonna come this soon, but I knew it was coming.
I didn't think it was gonna come this soon either.
I don't think how they could see that they could put his 4 divisional titles and consecutive playoff appearances, and this year was supposed to be a stepping stone by losing prominent players. Yeah, they lost Jonathan Joseph. They got rid of Clowney. They got rid of Hopkins. None of that stuff makes sense, and we seen them without him. And they played that playoff game without Hopkins, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Didn't have a chance. And
Yeah.
they put all that stock in Fuller, who can't stay healthy for 2 weeks. It just didn't make sense. So, like I said, then during the division breakdowns, it looked personal because otherwise, football-wise, it just doesn't make sense. No kind of sense.
I noticed a trend, Glass. So when coaches start getting rid of players, they kind of start, the writing becomes on the wall that they getting ready to go, right? I mean, I look at Ron Rivera, even I know a lot of that wasn't his, it's a lot of politics behind the curtain, but I'm just saying, when you start dismissing players, you're kind of putting yourself on that chopping block, right? You know what I mean?
Protocol, you got to have a scapegoat. If it ain't a player,
Right.
It's going to be a coordinator. If it ain't a coordinator, it's going to be an assistant coach. If it ain't assistant coach, guess who's next? You.
Right, absolutely.
You know?
So
And, I ain't going to blame the NFL schedule because they went through a gauntlet the first 4 weeks, man.
They did.
Look,
They did.
Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
Then he came up against the Ravens.
The Ravens, right?
Steelers. Then
Yeah.
you come up against the Vikings. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough. Even though the Vikings, that was a winnable game. It was a winnable game, you know what I mean? But it is what
they had, right?
Yeah, it was a winnable game. Now, look, I get it. That schedule was rough, especially like the first 3 weeks. That's the only thing I would say. But at the same time, the effort that we saw, we still see the same old stuff out of the Texans. That offensive line is atrocious. The quarterback is constantly running for his life. How can he even? And I guess you feel like, well, if Deshaun Watson can't throw the ball downfield, why do we have a downfield threat? Let's get rid of him and try to get something for him. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what the logic was behind that. I really don't. You know what I mean? But Bronco Fanatic says Bill O'Brien and Josh McDaniels are one and the same. Two hot head coaches with bad people skills that can't handle big personalities on the football field. Obviously, you got JJ Watt calling you out. Like, how you going to let one of your star players call you out on the practice field in front of everybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
He come from the Belichick tree. Exactly. He had 4 years of success. He thought he was Bill.
Yeah,
he thought that he could handle GM duties, and he was making like the worst moves possible.
Right.
And the very guy that he would only feel comfortable paying turned on him.
Yeah.
So because nobody else could get paid there.
It's crazy. And I mean, I saw the. I think that is a good look. Now, one of our homeboys, friends of the show, Eric, Easy E, Eric from Eagles versus Everybody. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He had said on Twitter, he called out all the black coaches. He said, listen, stay as far away from that Houston gig as possible because all they're going to do is use you, label you as a scapegoat just to bridge you for somebody else. You know what I mean? So I didn't think of it that way, but that's what he had put on Twitter. And I looked at it and I was like, because you know whose name they calling? Bieniemy. It was a couple other ones. The names are circulating. So I don't know. It was interesting to say, but I don't know. The Texans was a perennial playoff team. To me, it looked like a good gig. But if you Eric Bieniemy, you got the world is your oyster right now. So do you hop on that or what do you do?
No, because some teams gonna be opening up soon. We ain't gonna say no names, but
right.
The defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers should be having the job right now. I don't know
right.
Robert something.
Yeah, I forget who he was. Yeah.
I just think then he was trying to court Earl Thomas, and the team itself said no.
Right.
I think
Right.
that's like that. Bill O'Brien was making all the wrong moves. I think he was one of those type of people that just like the guy down in up in the New York Jets.
Oh yeah.
Talk
Gase.
to the job.
Oh yeah.
Get the job. You don't know what the hell you're doing. So it shows, man.
And I mean, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about in the show is like these teams who right now can't. I mean, just 4 weeks into the season. Now we've seen this before, where 4 weeks into the season, a team has still not secured a win yet. It's a couple of them out there. I think it's 4 teams: the Giants, the Jets, the Texans, and who's the other one?
Come on, man. When you waiting on?
Oh, the Falcons. Yes, that's right. How can I forget the Falcons, right? So you got Adam Gase, who the team announced last week that his job was safe because this particular loss wasn't a blowout like the 3 previous ones were. And then, of course, Dan Quinn, I haven't heard a statement from the Atlanta Falcons yet, but I don't know why he still has a job going into week 5. I don't know if what they think going to happen. I think at this point, the Atlanta Falcons can scratch their playoff hopes goodbye, right? Even though the NFC South is in the worst shape it's been in ever since I've been a fan. The division is horrible right now. You know what I mean? But I guess it's not as bad as the NFC East, right? When the division leader got a tie on their record, right?
Right there.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I have no beef with Dallas, but they are looking very counterfeit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bad. I mean, that you can't really say. I'm not saying the Browns are hot garbage totally either, but they put up 49 points. That they broke some records. Like,
man, I'm gonna tell you,
that game.
I look at what's going on in the NFC East right now, Glass, and I'm gonna tell you between this Dallas meltdown, because I really say, I mean, I know they got a new coach, I understand, and I get that this whole Dak Prescott versus Jerry Jones thing has been cooking on the back burner for a hot minute. I get all that, but then you got the 50-50 guy, Mr. 50-50 up in Philly, right? You got Ron Rivera, who seemed like he has no idea what's going on right now in Washington. He done benched his quarterback. They got Joe Flacco getting the start. No, Joe Flacco's starting in New York next week.
Right. That goes along with your statement, though.
But man, how horrible is and I don't know. Let's not talk about New York. Because I have no idea what's happening in New York right now. No idea. You're right. So Bronco Vanetti says,
go ahead.
Oh, he was saying, other than Flores down in Miami, who looks to be doing a solid job, teams should steer clear of any Patriots assistant for head coaching gigs. Dan Quinn and Matt Patricia are the next to go. I agree with that too. Vernie actually brought up Matt Patricia and was talking about how sorry, but I feel like Matt Patricia's actually out of those dudes, he one of the safest ones. I don't think nothing's gonna happen to him for a while. For real, I don't know.
That's only because he's hiding in that division.
Right, absolutely.
Chicago
right.
are doing well, and Aaron Rodgers is who he is every year.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's his excuse.
Wait till they get that Thanksgiving game because they always own somehow.
Right.
Somebody and a couple of Thursday nighters. He'll be on the hot seat.
Right.
Man,
so
it did with Detroit. You all right, answer this. What was it? Caldwell, right?
Yeah.
He was the coach before.
Right.
Now he finished the season 9-7. So what was the reason of him being fired?
Well,
with this mess.
Treatment, man.
Got 11. Yeah.
The
happens.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I put the Cowboys and the New York Jets in this situation. How in the hell are you gonna fire a coach?
Right.
You're gonna hire a coach that been fired from another team.
Hey, listen. When they hired McCarthy, I was like, first, I was like, what the hell y'all doing? This is nuts. This is nuts.
When it was against Seattle, they was going to shoot out with Russell. And I'm like, you ain't good enough.
Right. Crazy, man.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You had Aaron Rodgers. So what's your so why am I hiring somebody that can't even win with Aaron Rodgers?
Listen,
that hire somebody that can't even change the game plan. They don't know how to adjust.
I think Jerry Jones letting go of
what they getting.
Letting go of Mr. Clapalong, what was his name? Garrett. I think that was to appease the fan base. I think he had no idea where he was going to go at that point. And McCarthy just happened to be sitting there. McCarthy happens to have a Super Bowl ring. You know what I mean? So
I mean,
You
you
know?
gotta listen to what Rogers was saying about that guy.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Rogers late the team's meeting, no real game plan.
Yeah.
Calling last week's stuff on the sidelines. And
Yeah.
it's like he didn't have no idea what he wanted to do going into Cleveland and Seattle. And it didn't
Ridiculous.
work. So
All right, so
Prescott, bless his soul, that guy out there on his own, man.
yo, Dak out there balling, you know, and I'm gonna say this about Ezekiel Ellis. I think that was a waste of money. You know, this is what I'm gonna say about flash in the pan players. I ain't gonna say running backs because I'm gonna say players. Flash in the pan players. This dude did what he needed to do. He got all the skill in the world, and I'm gonna tell you, once he got paid, he ain't been the same. You know what I mean? And Ezekiel Elliott,
most of them are like that.
I'm just telling you, he's been a disappointment this season, and that's why, you know, Dak gonna continue his struggles because he got somebody on the team who ain't giving 100%. Now, to switch gears, you know, to get it, to go from that to something a little bit more somber. The COVID done hit the league the hardest it done hit it so far this young season. Stephon Gilmore tested positive. I think it was today. Was it today?
You know, you can't have it all, man. Look what happens to teams that has it all. That Philadelphia championship team had it all.
It is.
They had the coaching, they had the staff, they had the defense, they had the offense, they had the magic. They had it all, but it was a short-lived situation.
Yeah.
Most teams, Brady and Belichick is the only one that I could see, but they didn't never.
And the Steelers, the Steelers, yeah.
Steelers had it all for two of their good years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then they lacked something as they went. They still was always a contending team, but it's hard to have it all. It's hard.
But some people would say before the season started, Tampa was in a good spot, Cleveland was in a good spot. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but then look at that ain't turned out all that great. I mean, you know, Cleveland is showing flashes, right? Tampa is showing flashes.
Look at our teams on the panel.
The
Broncos had it all. They was primed to go.
Yeah.
It don't last long. Y'all had it all. Carolina had the team primed to go. It just, you have to strike while it's hot. And when it ain't there, these coaches need to understand, you know, you don't propagate stuff at the podium to try to give yourself, you're trying to live out your contract.
Yeah, but is it more of a shame that, you know, a team that got all that potential, but then they getting hurt in the coaching position, like a la Houston and the Cincinnati Bengals from a couple years back? And, you know, I don't know. I ain't gonna blame coaching for Carolina. I think Ron Rivera got fired. I think it was a raw deal. I think Cam being hurt that, you know, broke that whole entire thing down. That's a whole different story for a different day. Mm-hmm. But it's situations like that.
Look at how Megatron got used up.
Right.
Wasted talent, man. Some teams just can't. They don't want to do it. They just put you there to put butts in seats.
Well, let's switch the subject to this COVID. I think was it today? Stephon Gilmore tested positive for COVID-19. Last week it was Cam Newton up there in the Patriots. Before that, it was a bunch of stuff going on with the Tennessee Titans. They shut down the Titans-Steelers game, postponed it, put them on a bye week. The facility's been, I think Tennessee is actually practicing at some high school down the road or whatever, because they can't go back into their facility right now and stuff like that. It's a rough situation right now, and it's threatening the season. But let's listen to this real quick, and then we'll react to it. Let's check this out.
2 new positive tests among players this morning with the Tennessee Titans. Out with the hope that they could reopen their facility. Remember, they have not been in their facility since last month of tests among players this morning with the Tennessee Titans. That comes after 2 straight days without positives, which had increased the hope that they could reopen their facility. Remember, they have not been in their facility since last Monday due to the outbreak there. So their game against Buffalo this weekend is in serious jeopardy, and that might not be able to be rescheduled. They've already used their bye week to reschedule the Steelers-Titans game from last week. Buffalo plays on Thursday in Week 6, so they're not going to move that game back from Sunday to Monday and have Buffalo only 2 days between games. Mm-hmm. So that game could be canceled. It could be forfeited by the Tennessee Titans if they find that the Titans are responsible for the outbreak. So we're watching that, obviously, very closely. A lot of uncertainty around that game.
So Glass, here's the thing with this whole COVID, this 2020 season. We knew this was going to be a thing. We you know, it was something that we knew going into the season that we was going to have to deal with. So they expanded the rosters. They got some contingencies built in with a possible adding the 18th week to the season. All this stuff, all these contingencies built in place. all this extra care and protocols that we saw on Hard Knocks that was doing in LA, and we still getting people catching, the coronavirus, man. So I don't know. I feel like the NFL, the machine, is bigger than the coronavirus. I can't really say that. I can say that they're big enough to be able to contain it, and not as well as the NBA did, because you can't do what the NBA did with the NFL, right? That's impossible. But I think they will find ways to get around this. But like I said, with the expanded rosters, there was a contingency and the 18th week, doing the bye weeks and stuff like that. Let me get your thoughts on the Glass. What you think?
I'm gonna try to make this quick. Okay.
Yeah.
My definition of common sense. One, the only thing that's priceless and free at the same time. It's easy to use, but everybody don't use it. NFL stuck on stupid. I'm talking about the whole organization, players, and all that stuff. Number one, we was told with the COVID virus, if somebody somebody catches the COVID virus, it's a 14-day incubation period. Correct?
Right.
So if Cam,
unless you're Donald Trump,
if Cam Newton got it last week,
right?
Why then you have the team go out to play another team? Who did they play? The Chiefs.
They play the Chiefs, right? Absolutely. So we still got to figure out what's going to happen after that, right?
That's 7 days. You still got 7 more days. Now it pops up that Stephon Gilmore got it. Now if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm ticked because now I got to make sure my players ain't sick because once again, that's in between the 14 days. 7 is smaller than 14. Let's just
absolutely.
And then let's not forget there were some coaches that was fine because why? It wasn't wearing masks.
Absolutely.
Sean Payton.
Yep.
John Gruden, my coach,
Fangio, Bill Belichick.
And then Las Vegas Raiders with the tight end Waller. He had the benefit, and none of the players at the benefit had a mask. So no, y'all miss me with this, man. Y'all can't use common sense, and that's the reason why we got the outbreak now. And I'm a pessimist right now.
Right.
They ain't gonna finish all 16 weeks.
Wow, that's crazy. So JB, listen, this is what I'm thinking. Like, going into the season, it was pumped into these players' heads. Listen, this is going to be a weird season. We got to take extra precautions, such and such, so on and so forth. Cam Newton, his family is here in Charlotte, but he's living out there in Boston. I don't know if he's making the trip back and forth. I don't know what's going on, right? But he ain't staying in where he's supposed to be staying, and a lot of other people ain't staying where they're supposed to be staying. Now, the NBA locked the whole entire Orlando down so nobody can go anywhere, but the NFL ain't doing that. But at the same time, though, you as a player, JB, knowing what's going on, why would you move around when you know that you're susceptible and you can infect not just your teammates, but the people that you're playing against in that whole locker room? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Crazy.
It could be simple as people like to go to their favorite restaurant in a said city, and they say that the restaurant promises that they got these protocols in place, and you still come down with it. To echo your point, the NBA wouldn't even allow that. They decided to go with the catering. They decided to go with inside.
They kept everything inside that bubble. Everything. Right.
But to Glass's point, the common sense part, what's out there. What the extreme the NBA had to go to limit movement. They have 0 cases, and you still got the freedom to travel city to city, or the decision made was to travel city to city, but you don't have no idea where your players are going in leisure time. That's just asking for a COVID outbreak, and that's what they got.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. Now, the question is, Glass, I already heard your piece on it. You don't think that the season going to survive COVID?
No.
I'm hopeful. I mean, I've seen the protocols. I've seen what they do. I just think giving the players that much freedom is a mistake. They got to rein that part in, right? Or we're gonna have more outbreaks. But I think we can make it to the Super Bowl, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be
go through all 16 games.
I think we can make it. Look, expanded rosters.
And they was really considering bringing some fans back in certain capacities.
Thank you.
Right.
Sense. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's some players out there. See, this is what I'm saying. There's some players out there that's actually doing the right thing.
Oh, absolutely.
All you need is one player that be stuck on stupid and it messes the whole thing up. And then you talking about bringing in fans?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Listen, the NBA did it. NHL did it. The WNBA did it. Baseball playoffs did it. No cases coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, just look what they doing. Follow the history. See what they doing and do the same thing. I don't know how you
Right.
do it.
It's not rocket science, man.
Exactly.
You gotta close loopholes. I'm not saying infringe on them guys' rights, but if they you
signed up for it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you had the opportunity to opt out, so there's gonna be limits.
Absolutely.
If you're there to strictly play football and or basketball, hockey, etc. If you didn't feel like you wanted to live under them limitations, then you don't sign up.
Absolutely.
You don't sign up to run wild. This is not last year or earlier this year.
It's out there. Right.
And my last rant is, don't NFL just stingy. They greedy.
Yeah.
Now the NBA spent $1 billion to get that facility situated, and look what happened.
That's right.
And how much is the NFL worth? $13 billion?
No.
Way more. Yeah, way more. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. But the NBA had the benefit of being able to do a bubble. You can't now. The NFL, you're right. It's a money grab. That's why kickoff weekend in Kansas City was 15,000 fans in the stands. The Cowboys stadium that had a record number of fans in attendance every week. Every week that stadium has been open, it's been over 10,000 fans there. They only allow 5,000 fans at Bank of America here over the weekend, but there's 5,000 people that's in that stand. Like, most of the time it's open air. It's open air stadium.
Allow travel from city to city. They could have centralized the stadiums.
Yes.
They could have made it in
They could have
150-mile radius instead stadiums, and you did lodging and etc. or practice field, college fields, high school fields in that 50-mile radius. But why travel city to city and back at home to practice with empty stadiums? It's pointless.
It really is. You're right. Because people keep on saying that the NFL couldn't do a bubble, but now that you think about it, you're right. They could have done a bubble. I mean, it's a lot of moving parts in the NFL though. Because you think about it, and even in the empty games, it's still 3,000 people there, maybe. With the players, the coaches, the TV, all that,
You could have half the country. You could have split the country down the middle. Everybody lodge here. You find a high school, college, or what have you. Because every college didn't play. Every college ain't went back. There's a whole conference that ain't even came back in.
Right.
So you could have. I mean, granted, they didn't really know that at the time. I understand that, but there's places where you could have gotten your practice time in. Places where you can meet 2 pro stadiums. And you play the game, 3 maybe, play the game.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
I mean, it shouldn't be cross-country games right now. You shouldn't be. I don't know if all teams got team planes.
I'm pretty sure they do. So JB Glass said he don't think the season ain't gonna make it. I don't know how they were gonna work that out because they postponed part of the NBA season and then they just not picking up the playoff part of it and the championship part of it later on. They took 4 or 5 months off, something like that.
3 months.
Okay, so you ain't doing that with the NFL. It ain't happening. So either they gonna force their way through the season, or it just gonna be a season that just don't count. But what you think, JB? You think we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl or not?
I think that they will fraudulently get there. Because to be truly there through this, and you're already having these cases pop up. You got like maybe the testing ain't as strong. Maybe the Vikings testing wherever they're at their headquarters is not as strong as, let's say, the Miami Dolphins. These cases through, and I mean, but for them to even have fans in there, or the monetary value of what they're doing is first.
I think they will hire. They will do that 90s movie. What that movie was called, the Replacements or whatever.
Or they'll just downplay the numbers.
Yeah.
They just won't report them.
Somebody go suit up and play them games, Glass. They gonna make it to the Super Bowl. It might not be Patrick Mahomes, but it'll be Patrick Mahomes boy. It'll be somebody else. It'll be somebody different. But somebody goes cry.
How was the COVID get into your facility? You gotta have these. You got outliers. You got people.
Oh yeah, I mean, listen. The NFL machine. The NFL machine is huge. Just take one team out of the 32, just one, and think about all the. That's not even talking about the players. Take how many players on the roster we had? We had 85 players this year, right? Because they got expanded rosters, right? Take them 85 players out. Now you got the staff, and you got the cleaning crew, and you got the the catering, and you got the coaches and equipment managers, and you got hundreds of people. Hundreds. And these people, they living their life like normal. They go into the grocery store every Thursday. They go into the laundromat and they taking their car to the car wash. They doing all this weird stuff. And it gets in the building. You know what I mean?
I don't think half those players, but I'm not saying that they're out there living it up. I think some of them just get comfortable mentally, psychologically, you playing the game. You're thinking, hey, it's normal. I'm gonna go when we get to St. Louis or when we get out here to Kansas City. I'm gonna go to this spot. I'm gonna take y'all to this spot.
Oh wow!
Look online and see what their protocols is for COVID. Is the best barbecue ever. They go and boom.
That's crazy.
Standing in line.
That's crazy.
Let me.
Okay, so there's 3 of us here.
Yeah.
Q.
Yeah.
We're gonna have 16 games.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Oh yeah. Somebody gonna play. Somebody.
We're gonna have 16 games.
Yeah, I think
and the full playoffs. And the full playoffs and the Super Bowl.
Man, come on.
Didn't they got an extra team?
Are y'all serious?
Making a division?
Listen, COVID ain't killed that many people. It's still more people alive from COVID than you know what I'm saying.
I'm the only one out of this panel that believe we will not have a 16.
The NFL machine is undefeated, bruh.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Once again, I already gave you the definition of common sense.
We ain't talking about common sense.
That's all I'm gonna say right here. That's all I'm gonna say. We going through a freaking pandemic.
I know.
Number 1. Number 2, we got a full contact sport with 53 players or 85 players.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 3, it's about to get cold as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And we about to spike off again. And y'all actually gonna sit. Okay, I'll be the only one here. Y'all
watch what happens. Watch what happens.
Make bookmark this.
Watch what happens.
I'm not saying we won't have a Super Bowl. I know we ain't gonna have 16 weeks, and they need to adjust everything down to 8 games or whatever.
Watch how Roger Goodell prove you wrong. Now, moving on though. Moving on.
Unless they tighten the screws up now, because the case of numbers is kind of going up.
Damn.
Well,
4th of the Tennessee Titans are down, man.
Yeah.
That's exaggerated. It's only like 5 players. I mean, come on, man. The numbers would have to be. The numbers would have to be ridiculous. I mean, they would have to be completely off the chart in order for.
Man, too bad we don't have the episode number here. Hey,
and I mean,
Bronco fanatic, y'all heard it, right? Okay, go ahead, JB. I'm sorry.
The NBA, no, it's all good. The NBA wouldn't even let spouses and family come to.
I know, but the NFL don't get down like that.
They wouldn't even allow that till like the round 2 of the playoffs, and they were strict about that. So I mean, you got to put in some work and spend some money to have 0 cases, man.
Wow, check this out. Panthers God said it's funny hearing fans whose teams suck who want the season to end due to COVID cough glass. Because you know what they said about the Jets, right? They saying the Jets mean just end the season. that's what Jets mean. Speaking of which, let's talk about it, right? Let's look at these standings real quick before we move on. AFC East, man, we got the Buffalo Bills. Now, Tom Brady exited the AFC East, and we knew that the minute that the Patriots lost everything, that the Bills were going to take over. The Bills are doing a pretty good job. They're undefeated right now. So at the top of the division, Cam and the Patriots are 2-2. Dolphins 1-3, and of course you got the lowly Jets at 0-4. Glass, do the Jets? How far do the Jets go before they win a game? With COVID and all.
And they play the Cardinals next week. Cardinals might be the only chance they have.
The Cardinals gonna be pissed off because they lost to the Panthers last week, so they're gonna win. But so I don't know about that. I'm saying 0-8, JB. Saying 0-8.
0-8.
0-8. 0-8. Yeah.
You got me checking this.
What you think, JB?
Wow.
We got. Because look at what done happened so far, right? They done made a quarterback got injured. Sam Darnold got injured. They got Joe Flacco gonna be starting. It's been dysfunction going on. They got coaching issues. I don't know. It's a mess in New York with the Jets and the Giants. Both teams for the first time in I don't know how long. Neither team done won a game. You know what I'm saying? So like,
sucks to be a New York fan, boy.
0-8, JB. That's what I got.
Ah, man.
0-8. 0-8.
They'll win.
I don't even know who they got on week 12. Who they got on week 12?
I'm checking it right now.
I don't know who they got.
Right there. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. They got the Cardinals, Chargers, Bills, Chiefs, Patriots.
Okay,
0-8. 0-8. You see what I'm saying? 0-8, right?
Then the Dolphins again. Raiders, Seahawks, Rams. They not winning the game.
Well, that Patriot name is just a name now.
It's just a name. It's just a name. Hey, but check this out.
Just Belichick by himself.
Yeah.
We talking about what's his name? Gase.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
he held Kansas City to a season.
Right. I actually think if Cam had played last week, they probably would have beat the Chiefs. But the Chiefs I don't know what was going on with the Chiefs. They were struggling in that game. Even though Hardman, Kelsey, and they still had some big plays. Okay. AFC West.
The Belichick had their number early. Then they figured him out.
We got the Chiefs, obviously, still undefeated. Raiders 2-2, Broncos 1-3, Chargers 1-3. Broncos, Chargers. I don't know what's going on there. Raiders, I don't know how the Broncos and Chargers let the Raiders slip up there above them. I don't know. You'd have to ask a Broncos fan.
Oh, I could tell.
I don't know.
Big Fangio. His game management sucks at the end of the game. We should at least have 2 games on our belt that they lost.
I think so too. Especially that one against that was it a Monday night, that late game they played against it, and I don't know. All right, AFC North, JB's division. Still is sitting up top, undefeated right now.
Right there.
And the only reason why they 3-0 is because they didn't play last week because the Cam had the Titans had the COVID, right? Titans had the COVID. JB's Ravens 3-1, tied with the Browns 3-1, and the lowly Bengals at 1-2. The Bengals I watched them play last week,
there's a game that should have won.
They were having some issues, man. It's all kind of issues. Look, I like Joe Burrow. I like some of the rookie quarterbacks. I like Joe Burrow being one of the ones. He looked like a rookie, man. I'm just saying. What? To me, he does. He looked like a rookie.
Like some Joe Burrow.
I don't know. I'm not ready to sign that one off yet. He look.
He's better than advertised, man. He'll advertised. He'll be good. I didn't want to see that, obviously, but he's no Baker Mayfield. I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
Yeah. What Baker doing this thing? Did you see Baker play last week?
Man, dude.
I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't gonna do it. But I'm just saying.
Why don't you take a swat next week?
Listen, Baker them they put up damn near 50 points on who they played against?
It was because of Baker.
Dallas,
it was the Dallas Cowboys.
Y'all know Dallas.
Yeah, it was the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Dallas Cowboys.
They had to run the damn flea flicker.
Yeah.
He didn't throw the ball.
Nope. Run game was running the show.
Run game was exactly.
Yeah, run game and big play down the field to Odell Beckham Jr. Like, you don't see all this stuff going on.
Wait a minute.
Oh, and Landry did throw that. Landry did throw that.
Your sports knowledge is gonna be suspect right about now. So you
what?
don't like Joe Burrow?
Don't like Joe Burrow. Well, listen, I done had a bigger sample size of Baker Mayfield than Joe Burrow. This is what I said about Joe Burrow. This is what I said. Okay. I said he looked like a rookie out there. When you got somebody like AJ Green on your team and you overthrowing him or underthrowing him and having him look like an idiot out there, then I'm just saying it's hard for me to sign up. It's hard for me to sign up. That's all I'm saying.
For last week,
all I'm saying.
The first 4 weeks of the season, OBJ only had 11 catches.
You got OBJ and Joku and Landry.
Listen. If y'all gonna let Baker get. Listen, okay.
Baker was a $3 bill playing a $3 bill team. And one of them had to win. That's why the score was so high.
If y'all was gonna
had about 6 more minutes, Dallas would end up winning that game.
Yes.
Now, JB, listen. Your opinion ain't even valid because I know you feel a certain type of way. But Glass, really, how long are you gonna hate on the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield in particular? Okay.
How long you gonna hate on the Bengals? It used to be a Bengals fan, bro.
I'm not. Listen, I ain't hating on the Bengals. Did you hear me hate on the Bengals? I just said they had my boy out there. The quarterback had my boy out there looking crazy. That's all I'm saying. He had him looking crazy. I mean, me and Freddie watching the game.
I bet your stats better than Mayfield stats.
But listen,
60
talk to AJ Green. Now he humble. He ain't gonna say nothing crazy.
Talk to
But
OBJ. He out there frustrated running them routes.
He had to get a flea flicker to get a ball thrown.
Thank you. Landry had to give him the ball.
Quarterback
Man.
can't get
listen,
it done.
listen, man. Everybody check. Look,
What
OBJ faces double, triple coverage every snap. Come on, man. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
man.
Quit playing.
Wait,
Quit playing.
trade Landry off of my fantasy.
Of course you did, because they weren't producing. Well,
Okay.
they on the
Okay. Okay.
AFC
AFC.
team. We run the ball very, 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 very well.
Okay.
It's not gonna be a whole. It ain't gonna be a whole lot of numbers for the wideouts.
Hey, I'm writing this down, BQ. We coming back to this.
Okay. AFC South. Titans sitting undefeated because they didn't get the play the Steelers. So because one of them teams would have lost. So, but they both still undefeated right now because of the COVID. But you got the Titans. You got the Colts who done lost one game, and the Jags ain't won but one game, and then we got them Texans who just lost their coach because they 0-4. The Texans, I think, out of the 4 undefeated teams, the Texans will be the first one to win. They will win this week, right?
The first,
No, the first winless team to win the game.
Okay,
Yeah,
like, whoa.
they got Romeo Cornell. They're gonna be fired up. I think they win this week, so they're gonna be one of the first teams to get off of that thing, right? So let's flip it over real quick before we get into the other thing. Let's go to the.
Wait. They might be the first. But I'm gonna say the Falcons are gonna be the second.
We can talk about them. We talk about the NFC East right now. The worst team in the NFL. I mean, the worst division in the NFL. The leader, the Eagles, 1-2-1. Washington football team 1-3. Cowboys 1-3, and the Giants 0-4. The Giants are probably going to be 0-8 too. I think they're probably going to go 0-8 before they win a game. Maybe 0-10. Maybe 0-10. What you think? 0-10. The Giants.
I think they're gonna win one game. I don't know.
Now, to Vernie's credit, this is what I said about the Giants. She's right. They have now that Barkley's gone. They really don't. They ain't got nothing, man. They got Golden Tate and Daniel Jones, and that's it. Shepard. I don't know. They don't got enough to win the game against nobody. I'm just saying they don't. So 0-10 for the Giants.
You're right. They need to. They gotta pack it in, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they're gonna win one game. They might win against the Washington football team.
They might can win against the Washington football team. They can because they struggling. They done bench their quarterback and all that. So there's that, right? NFC West, you got the undefeated Seahawks out there. Let Russ cook. Rams right on their heels. 2-2 Cards. 2-2 Niners. So that division is still not. I think it's still. I mean, even though the Rams only one game behind Seattle, but but I think anybody can break out of that one. And the deeper we get into this thing, that one is kind of one to watch. Then you got the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers in the pack, undefeated. The Bears are right behind them, 3-1. Vikings 1-3. Lions 1-3. The Vikings being 1-3 is a surprise to me. I did not expect them to be this bad, right? So that one is a surprise, and of course you got Aaron Rodgers, who I didn't expect to be this. I didn't expect the pack to be this good. Y'all told me during the divisional breakdown that this was. Look, it is what it is, right?
What I'm saying? Have they entered division play?
No, not yet. Not yet.
I don't really say. I can't really say how good or bad a team is until they get
but Chicago made their quarterback change, and I think they stock getting ready to go up. With Nick Foles on the center, I like that. But Trubisky, it is what it is, right?
It looked like Stephon Diggs' absence in Minnesota made them a different team.
Oh, absolutely. It makes Buffalo a different team too, right? Because he went, So it is. Now, why they
say this real quick? I know we got to move on.
Yeah.
About the Vikings, I say it's quarterback play.
Yeah.
Simple fact.
100%.
Diggs left Vikings and went to Buffalo. Look what he's doing in Buffalo. I'm just
he balling out. He balling.
Okay, I'm just saying.
He's balling.
Hey, Broncos fanatic, hold it down in the chat room, man. Put them in their place. I'm just leaving it at that.
Oh no, they going at it. It's all good. I like it.
What are you puffing about, y'all? Lindsay, get out of here.
No, Panther guys, G23 talking shady right in my now.
Well, we getting ready to talk about NFC South. Here we go. Let's do it, dear. Since we know it. So look, we got the Bucks in 3-1, barely 3-1. Saints 2-2, which is everybody thought they would be sitting at the top of the division. They really not. They done dropped 2 games already. Panthers 2-2, which nobody expected Panthers to be here. Everybody thought we started 0-2. Everybody thought the Panthers was gonna suck, right? What did y'all say? 1-15, 4-12. Ooh, yeah, yes, y'all did. Yes, y'all did. Yes, y'all did.
Gonna make the playoffs. I must say,
What? Look, long as Atlanta keep doing what they doing, and they are doing us a bang up, fantastic job. They blew up the first game, dropped the leads 2 weeks in a row, got blown out last week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
happy.
I'm very happy. You know what I'm saying? You know what?
Lose this week.
Man, shout out to the Panthers though, because I really didn't think. I thought this was going to be a draft position season, but they, you know what I'm saying? They,
man, we got a little Anderson stepping up. You know, at the quarterback. Teddy, listen, Teddy. They said Teddy couldn't throw the deep ball. Teddy throwing the deep ball. Teddy rushing for TD. Listen, the Panthers in a good spot. Okay, without CMC, okay. You got Davis back there doing his thing. Listen, Carolina's all right. So that 4-12 garbage, that 1-15 garbage y'all was talking about.
2-2, man. You ain't clear yet.
I'm just
4-12.
Listen. In the state of this division, the state of this division will get us into the playoffs. I guarantee it. Right? Listen, Tampa, Mister. Look at what Tampa lead the division, but look what's been going on. How many interceptions have Tom Brady thrown already? Right?
It didn't cost them games. They still won the game.
They lost one. But listen, that's because they playing against inferior competition. Let them throw interceptions like that against a real squad. Some real squad.
So
like they playing against
competition.
They playing against a real squad next week. Well, this week.
I'm not mad at Tom Brady throwing an interception if he unloading the clip.
Oh, look who in the chat. Aries Falcons. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. What?
You'll get an L next week. Or this
no, I don't think so. We got Tampa, right? Oh, we got the Falcons? Oh.
The Falcons.
Ain't no way in the world we would be the team that would lose to the Falcons. The Falcons done gave up the ghost. They done gave up the ghost to everybody in the NFL, right? And that's what they known for, right? They give up the ghost. That's what they do, right? And you can't do that against Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, have they played?
You can't do that.
All I'm saying, until now, the Atlanta has some hard losses this year.
Atlanta is the.
But until y'all beat them, this Panther team beat them, you can't really be talking, bro.
Have the Panthers
listen?
Opponent? Not yet.
No, not yet. This will be the first one. Listen though, how you gonna sit here and tell me that, like, after seeing what Atlanta done for the month of last month, and how they done lost in all these spectacular ways they done lost, and all the spectacular come from behind grit and gumption that Teddy Bridgewater and these Carolina Panthers done show and proven all y'all who said we was gonna go 4-12, said we was gonna go 4 and we're gonna win nothing this year. We
go 4-12.
Listen.
Okay.
Ain't no way in the world these Falcons going. No,
right now.
No, I doubt it seriously. Not these Falcons. They have better luck. Send the Bucks at us. Send the Bucks at us. Don't send the Falcons at us. Don't disrespect us like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Glass. That's disrespectful, bro. It's disrespectful.
You can't talk until y'all beat them, Q.
Thank you.
Listen.
You're talking real greasy right about now. You ain't
so listen. This is the first show back. The Falcons are 0-4. Now we come back here next week, Lord willing, with the Panthers dub and the Falcons being 0-5. I'm gonna show my natural black butt on the show.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna act a complete nut on this thing. I'm just saying, right? You know, said if the because y'all talk.
Seahawks they played the Seahawks in week 1. They played the
Cowboys
in week 2. They played the Bears in week 3. They played the Packers. You think the Panthers gonna come on, man?
Oh, whoa! Hold up. Now, listen. You can call the Arizona game however you want to call it, but y'all was all up Kyler Murray's butt, talking about he was the next big thing and how he was going to smack the Carolina Panthers around. They won. Who did they win their first game against? They wasn't no slouches either. They wasn't no winless team. You act like Carolina ain't played nobody. Yeah, like Carolina ain't playing nobody. Okay, you rattling off who done smacked Atlanta around. You rattling that off. Like Carolina done beat people. Can Atlanta beat Arizona? I don't think so.
Wait, and y'all playing in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
They done got their ass whooped in there twice already. They done got beat in there twice already.
They can't wait for y'all to get there.
Yeah. Y'all
and guess what, Q? They gonna take y'all out. Ain't gonna be no witnesses.
Wow. I want y'all to have the same energy. I want y'all to have the same. No, I want y'all to have this. Listen, we're gonna be the cause of their coach being shown the door. Okay, it's gonna be because of Teddy Bridgewater, right?
Yeah. You on Twitter?
It's gonna be because of
Twitter.
It's gonna be because Matt Rule, right, dug up in him. You know what I'm saying? Showed Dan Quinn the door. You know what I'm saying?
Let's move on, man.
All right.
You talking real reckless right now.
I'm just saying. It is what it is. My team got 2 wins. Yours has none. So until we even that up, I got the high ground. I can do me and Aries.
Okay.
The team ain't won none. And they got blown out one game, and they gave up the ghost in 2 of them back to back.
I'm sorry, you got 2 games on them. Okay, cool.
All
right. All right, man. All right,
yeah.
Cool.
So it is. Okay, all right. Let's button this thing up, Glass. What you got for me?
All right, man. Let's go. I got 5 teams. Let's roll through them real quick. First off, game tomorrow night. Buccaneers 3-1. Bears 3-1. Playing at Soldier Field. Who you got?
I got Chicago. I just talked about it, man. Nick Foles on the center. I like what he do. He done smacked around Tom Brady already one time in his lifetime. He gonna do it again. He did it in the big stage with the bright lights, and he can do it here. I like it. I like the Bears. So JB, where you at with it?
I like the Bears also.
Look at that. Wow.
With the Buccaneers, man. Something about Brady and that offense that they had. Oh well, you know what? Mike Evans hurt. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with the Bears with y'all.
Look at that. The clean sweep. Look at that. See what I'm saying?
All right.
Tampa ain't that strong.
Vikings 1-3 playing the Seahawks undefeated.
You already know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I think we all got the Seahawks there.
We all got the Seahawks. All right, I got you. Let's go with the Panthers and the Falcons. Panthers.
I already told you. Listen.
I already know.
Oh, wow.
I'm rising up on them.
You rising up. You right. Oh, my God. You rising up. Y'all terrible. Y'all are you're crazy. No. What? Wow.
Undefeated. Bills 4-0. Titans 3-0. Playing.
Yeah. See, the Titans got too much COVID. They're not gonna have they star players. They can't have their star players because the star players got to have 14-day quarantine, right?
And they've been off 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So Titans. The Bills look good, man. I like them, man. They look good.
Bills roll.
Yeah.
Get the national attention that they ain't had since the Super Bowl.
Look, they ready to put their stamp on that division, bro. They ready to do it.
All right. But Indianapolis Colts 3-1. Battles of the 3-1. Indianapolis Colts at the Browns.
Wow, you know what it is. Baker Mayfield all day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, JB, what you get?
One defense.
That's okay.
What to do with that? Listen.
Whenever Stefanski and Baker Mayfield figure this thing out, I'm telling you, the Browns are going to be unstoppable. It's going to take another week or 2. They getting there. You saw the trickery that they did last time, 84-yard TD bomb from Landry to Beckham, all that good stuff. Chubb was running and chugging that ball, and he was doing his thing.
Chubb is hurt, by the way.
Cleveland Browns. Look, they put up almost 50 points last week. They can at least get 35 this week. You know what I'm saying? So, right.
Indy. I'm taking Indy for the win.
Oh, wow.
Indy.
Pick 6. Phillip Rivers. Okay. All right. No.
That's what Phillip do, man.
Okay. All right.
I got
do that against the Browns defense. Raiders beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs struggled last week, and they playing in the Death Star. It don't matter.
No, they playing in Arrowhead.
I got to stick with Mahomes, man. I know they had a bad game last week, but I look at hard. Well, listen. What you see what they do with Hardman and Hill and Kelsey, and they got too much stuff, man.
Ridiculous.
They got too much, man. I mean, even on a bad day, like last week, man, on a bad day.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go undefeated. I know that much.
Oh no. Not if they keep playing like they played last week.
They might get hit with
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So I don't wish it on nobody, but
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Chiefs. Okay, listen. I had a lot of fun coming back this week, man. And for everybody who stuck with us, man, through the stuff that we had to go through, we definitely appreciate all the support and everything, and that y'all guys still come and hang out with us, even though we didn't give y'all the first 4 weeks of the season, but we back in full effect. And so far, so good. Everything looked like we're gonna be okay for the foreseeable future, Lord willing. I had a lot of fun tonight. We had a pretty decent show. I want to thank everybody for coming out and check us out tonight. Glass, why don't you go ahead and let everybody know how you feeling and put yourself over for the fam.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Hey, glad my brother's here, feeling good. Everything's going up.
That's right.
If you don't see me here with my brothers on TeamBoydTV Live, you can catch me everywhere now. I got my own podcast.
Yeah, you do.
Podcast is on Anchor.fm. Find that on SoundCloud. I think it's
Spotify, Pocket Cast. Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm going into my third week. I'm getting my podcasting chops on.
Yeah.
You don't find me there at Anchor.fm. You can follow me on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, Sage of Sports, Twitter, Sage of Sports 1, and you can email me at sageofsports@gmail.com.
Yeah, man. So I definitely, because for people to know, like the platform that he's doing his podcast on, if you guys go check out, click his links, you can actually leave a message and feature on the podcast, Glass. I've been writing my little script because I'm gonna talk about I got the Falcons talk. I got so much stuff I wanted to say, so I need to condense it into like a couple minutes or whatever. And also, I'm getting ready to kick.
You still using Anchor?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to kick off a joint called TeamBoydTV Big Q's Take, a little short snippet style podcast, which will go up this week as well. So y'all guys check that out. JB, put yourself over for the fam.
Hey, glad to be back, man. A little 2-week hiatus, but it was necessary. Happy belated Glass for y'all.
Appreciate it.
But like usual, you can always catch me here or every Wednesday night on live or on Twitter at Raven Show.
All right, man. That's going to be our show for the evening, man. I definitely, again, want to appreciate everybody who came out. Hey, Aries Falcon, I'm glad you said you're going to be back next week. I'm going to be looking for you because, if you think I was, at this level, the energy going to be up here come next week. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming out, man. We'll see y'all guys next week, Lord willing. We out of here. Peace.